5 college students went missing after heading into the mountains for a summer hike. When rescuers finally found them, their bodies were torn apart beyond recognition. No one knows exactly what happened in those mountains. The only clues came from scattered notes found in one victim's backpack. On them were 3 chilling words: "The bear is coming." Today, we're talking about one of the deadliest wild animal attacks in modern Japanese history, the Fukuoka University brown bear attack. The Migratory Birds Club at Fukuoka University was a hiking group that loved getting close to nature. In the summer of 1970, they organized a long-distance traverse through the Hidaka Mountains in central southern Hokkaido. The team was led by 20-year-old Captain Takeshi Takematsu and 2-year-old Vice Captain Toshiji Taki, along with 3 freshmen aged 18-19, all young guys from Kyushu, southern Japan. They had never seen northern mountains up close, let alone come face to face with Hokkaido's native wildlife. What they all shared was a passion for conquering peaks and challenging nature. On July 14, the 5 entered the mountains in high spirits. Their plan, a 13-day traverse from the northern end to the middle of the 130-kilometer Hidaka range. Captain Takeshi had plenty of experience. He'd already led teams up 7 or 8 major peaks, so everyone was confident. But from day 1, something felt off. They kept smelling a strange, pungent odor. They checked their gear and surroundings over and over, but couldn't figure out where it was coming from. They had no idea this was death sending its calling card, one they couldn't read. July 25, evening, the team reached Mount Kamoi Putek. As they pulled out dinner, a furry figure appeared at the edge of camp, a brown bear. It didn't look huge, standing less than 1.5 meters tall, almost cute. To these inexperienced southern kids, it looked more like a giant sheepdog than a top predator. They had never seen a Hokkaido brown bear before. They knew Japan has 2 kinds, black bears in the south and brown bears up north. They were familiar with black bears, but this was their first brown bear. And something was clearly wrong with this one. Instead of running away, it strolled right into camp like it owned the place and started eating their food. The students were stunned. They vaguely knew brown bears were dangerous and you shouldn't get close. But they also couldn't just let it eat all their supplies without food. The whole 13-day traverse was over. Captain Takeshi remembered how people scare off black bears back home. They cranked the radio to max volume, screamed, and banged pots and pans. It worked. The bear ran off. To keep it away, they lit a campfire and planned to leave first thing in the morning. They never realized that what worked on black bears was a fatal mistake with brown bears. Brown bears are obsessively possessive about food. Once they decide something is theirs, trying to take it back is seen as a declaration of war. By taking back their food, the team had just put themselves at the top of that bear's kill list. July 26, 3 a.m. Vice Captain Toshiji woke up to strange noises outside the tent. That stench was back. Through a small tear in the tent, he saw the bear's head sniffing inside. He screamed. Everyone woke up in panic. The bear vanished into the darkness. At 5 a.m., it was back this time, ignoring all noise and glaring at them. They abandoned camp, leaving cameras, clothes, and food behind. Now Captain Takeshi had to make a life or death call. Option 1, all 5 drop everything and run down the mountain. Option 2, send 2 people for help while the other 3 wait for the bear to leave and try to recover supplies. He chose option 2. That decision lit the fuse for the final tragedy. Toshiji and freshman Kawara headed down for help. At 7:10 a.m., they ran into a climbing team from Hokusei Gakuen University. They begged for help, but got a chilling reply. "We saw that bear too. We're getting out now. These brown bears are extremely aggressive. Once provoked, they won't stop until you're dead. Right now, it just wants food. If it decides it wants humans, none of you are surviving." The Hokusei team even offered to take them to safety. Toshiji and Kawara refused. They wouldn't abandon their friends. At noon, they sneaked back to camp to grab supplies. The bear was waiting. They ran for their lives and lost everything. The 5 reunited and decided to escape down the mountain. It was already 6:30 p.m. They were starving, unarmed, halfway down the slope. The dying sunlight was swallowed by the forest. Safety felt so close, just a little farther, and they'd reach civilization. Then they heard it heavy breathing behind them. They turned. The brown shadow was walking toward them slowly, deliberately. The confused look in its eyes was gone. Now it stared with cold, locked-on focus. This time, they were the prey. The bear charged like brown lightning through the trees. Terror broke the team. They scattered in every direction. Survival instinct destroyed all discipline. Animal behavior studies show that when prey scatters, it triggers a predator's hunting drive even harder. The bear went for the slowest Kawara. A horrifying scream tore through the forest. Kawara's cries of pain shattered the others. Captain Takeshi started to turn back, but Toshiji grabbed him. "Don't, you'll die too." Takeshi looked into Toshiji's desperate eyes, heard Kawara's voice fade, and kept running. Eventually, Takeshi, Toshiji, and Nishi shook the bear and collapsed in a clearing, crying, shaking, covered in dirt and tears. Then Takeshi realized the other freshman, Yura, was missing. They shouted his name. Only echoes answered. Night fell. Thick fog rolled in, visibility dropped to under 2 meters. They knew they had to keep moving. In mountain forests at night, there are no streetlights. Even moonlight gets blocked by the canopy. True pitch black. The three supported each other, stumbling blindly downhill. They didn't know a brown bear's sense of smell is 7 times stronger than a bloodhound's. Fog meant nothing to it. In a pine grove, a massive shadow appeared 2 meters away. "Bear!" Nishi screamed. It growled and stepped closer. Captain Takeshi understood. Life and death were 2 meters apart. There was no time to run. To save his teammates, he shoved Toshiji and Nishi away, grabbed his trekking pole, and charged the bear, screaming, "Run! Get down the mountain!" The others froze for a second, then his raw, desperate shout snapped them out of it. They ran. Behind them, Takeshi's screams mixed with the bear's roars, every sound like a lash across their hearts. They ran until their legs gave out. At dawn, they stumbled into a dam construction site at the foot of the mountain. Workers found them, carried them to the hospital. As soon as they could speak, they reported everything. A massive search and rescue operation began on July 27. Over 30 police, hunters, and guides entered the mountains with weapons and gear, splitting into 3 teams. Thick fog and rough terrain made it brutal. They shouted the missing students' names. Only wind answered. July 28 afternoon, they found Yura's sleeping bag under a cliff 2 kilometers from camp, along with biscuit wrappers and his notebook. The last entries, July 26, cloudy. We ran from the bear and got separated. I think I fell off a cliff. Woke up under a tree. It's dark. I'm so scared. I called their names, no answer. So tired. Found a sleeping bag but can't sleep. Should I try to walk down tomorrow or wait for rescue? I miss home. July 27, foggy. Fell asleep somehow. Found some rice left by another club. Made rice balls. I have a bad feeling the bear is coming back. I'll try to leave at first light. 6 a.m. fog thicker. Oh God, the bear is back, just meters from the tent. I don't know if it sees me. I'm so scared. Please someone save me. It smells so bad. The fog is so thick. The writing stops. The last line drags off the page in a long, shaking streak of ink. He never finished the sentence. They found Yura's body nearby, torn by claws. July 29, Takeshi and Kawara's bodies were recovered. Takeshi's broken trekking pole lay beside him, clear signs he fought hard. Kawara's body, even seasoned rescuers couldn't look for long. That same day, hunters tracked and killed the bear 3 kilometers away. When vets examined the bear's stomach, they found something shocking. It was completely empty. No human remains. So why did it hunt them so relentlessly? It wasn't hungry. Experts explained, brown bears attack for many reasons: territory, protecting cubs, fear, or feeling challenged, especially over food. In this case, driving it away from its food was seen as a direct provocation. It wanted revenge. The Fukuoka University brown bear attack remains one of the worst wild animal attacks in modern Japan. It forced deep reflection. The team lacked proper gear and made fatal decisions using black bear tactics on a brown bear, splitting up to retrieve supplies, etc. They completely misunderstood the difference between southern black bears and the much larger, far more aggressive Hokkaido brown bears. Rescue response was too slow and poorly coordinated back then. After the tragedy, the government promised better wildlife management, warning signs, and bear safety education. Hiking clubs made wilderness survival training mandatory. The bear's stuffed body is still on display at the Hidaka Mountains Museum, a silent monument reminding everyone to respect nature. But decades later, has Japan really learned? Bear attacks keep happening. This year alone, 2025, 13 people have died and 207 injured in brown bear incidents across Japan. Sometimes it feels like the world is just a poorly built stage. Bears' lives matter. Human lives? Maybe not so much.